the Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis won a resounding victory on Sunday, with the party New Democracy winning more than double the share of the vote of the main opposition party, Syriza. And the electorate enamored with the promise and the vision of improved living standards, higher wages, and a better healthcare for all. But it was also a defeat, a very clear defeat for populism. And I would define populism more broadly as easy solutions to complex problems, sort of like lose weight while eating chocolate. The main opposition leader, Tsipras, promised 83 billion of spending, but did not tell us where he would find the money. And it was also a very toxic smear campaign, vicious campaign run by the opposition party. And this was also put off a lot of voters and was a resounding loss. So looking ahead, we have a second election, as you mentioned, due to the system of proportional representation of the first one. This is on the 25th of June. The campaign starts in earnest now. Every vote counts. We're going to go village to village, vote to vote, and draw everybody to the ballot box. And we are optimistic that there will be another victory at the end of June.
Alexis, the economy is almost back to where it was before the debt crisis in 2010, and Greece is also on track to return to investment grade status. So what element of concern is the economy to the Greek people today, and how much of a role did the economic recovery play in this vote, in your view?
It does remind us of "it is the economy stupid" saying that Bill Clinton used back in 1992. But what you've seen is a growth rate in Greece that has far exceeded that of the Eurozone average. And this has been driven by investment. We've seen investment growth of nearly 4 times the Euro area average, with a surge in FDI and a steep drop in unemployment of 6 points or so. And as you mentioned, a dramatic drop in debt to GDP. Greece had the largest drop in debt to GDP of any country in the world last year. Some projections show that Greece's debt to GDP will fall below that of Italy in a few years. And we see that reflected in the markets. Greece not yet investment grade, yet, as you mentioned, trading 40, 50 basis points below that of Italy, as if it's already investment grade. So the economy did really feature greatly in this election.
Yeah, and before the debt crisis, Greece was borrowing heavily for decades to finance spending and social welfare, but things have turned around. So how do you get back to investment grade status now, and what is the government's plan to sustain and enhance economic growth moving forward? That's the big question that investors want to know.
So we project that we will be able to achieve investment grade in the scenario of re-election within the first 100 days of the new administration. But if you look at the big picture, we believe that you need 2 terms to significantly change the country. And what we are promising is, of course, more investment, faster growth, but there's also a social aspect to the platform. We need lower inequality, better healthcare, and a reform of the state. The previous decade, the 2010s, was the decade in which Greece tried to stay in the euro. And this decade, we believe, is the decade in which Greece converges to the rest of the Europe. Higher living standards, higher wages, and we want to bring Greece back to the heart of Europe.